Pack your bags and grab your sense of adventure, because we're heading to Alaska. This vast and wild state is home to some of the most stunning natural beauty on Earth, with snow-capped mountains, crystal clear lakes, and endless stretches of wilderness. But that's not all. Alaska is also home to some of the weirdest and most mysterious creatures on the planet. From blood-sucking vampire fish to mysterious ice worms that thrive in the heart of glaciers, these are the types of creatures that you won't find anywhere else. And if that doesn't excite you, just wait until the end of the video, where we reveal the most terrifying place in Alaska. So, let's get started. Basking shark. These giants of the ocean can be found all over the world, but they're especially abundant in the colder waters of the northern hemisphere, including the icy waters of Alaska. Basking sharks are known for their massive size, often reaching lengths of 40 feet or more and weighing over 10,000 pounds. Despite their intimidating size, they're actually quite gentle giants and pose no threat to humans. In fact, they're filter feeders and primarily feed on plankton, which they filter from the water using their gills. One of the most unique features of the basking shark is its remarkably large mouth. These sharks by far have one of the largest mouths of any shark. They can be well over 3 feet in width. While the basking shark is not a common sight in Alaska, it's not uncommon for these gentle giants to appear in the state's waters. They're most often spotted in the summer months when they migrate to cooler waters to feed. So if you're planning a trip to Alaska, keep an eye out for these majestic creatures. And if you're lucky enough, you might be able to find the next fish on our list that's even more impressive. The giant halibut. Now, halibut are no strangers to the waters of Alaska. These bottom-dwelling fish can grow to be quite large, and they're a popular target for sport fishermen. But the giant halibut that we're talking about today takes things to a whole new level. This beast of a fish was caught off the coast of Homer, Alaska by local fisherman Greg Brewer. And when we say giant, we mean it. This halibut weighed in at a staggering 327 pounds. Catching a giant halibut is no easy feat. These fish are known for their strength and fighting spirit, and it takes skill and determination to land one. Greg Brewer certainly had both of those things, and his impressive catches made waves in the fishing community. In fact, this giant halibut is currently the second largest ever caught in the state of Alaska, and it's likely to hold the record for some time to come. And for those who love to fish, wait until you see the next weird and mysterious creature. Vampire fish of Alaska. Yep, you heard that right. Vampire fish are a type of lamprey that are native to the North Pacific, including the waters off the coast of Alaska. These strange and unusual fish are named for their distinctive appearance, which includes a sharp, pointed mouth and a long, slender body. But the real reason they're called vampire fish is because of their feeding habits. They attach themselves to other fish and suck their blood. Now, before you get too scared, make sure you subscribe to Space Unearthed and like this video, because vampire fish aren't out to get subscribers. But here's where things get really weird. There have been reports of vampire fish falling from the sky in Alaska. Apparently, these blood-sucking creatures have been spotted plummeting from the sky and landing on the ground with a splat. The cause of this strange phenomenon is unknown, but some speculate that it could be due to strong winds or storms that sweep the fish up from the water and drop them from the sky. Others believe that it could be the result of some kind of supernatural occurrence. But don't worry, the next creature we'll be discussing is a little bit less scary. Stay tuned. Ice worms. If you're familiar with Alaska, then you know it's a place where the weather can be extreme and the landscapes are often harsh and unforgiving. Despite these challenges, there are some creatures that thrive in the icy wilderness. One such creature is the ice worm. These tiny, segmented worms may only grow to be a few inches long, but size doesn't always matter, right? No, seriously, they're some of the hardiest animals on the planet. They're able to survive in temperatures that would freeze most other organisms solid, and they do it all within the confines of a tiny glacier. How do they do that? It turns out that ice worms have a few tricks up their sleeves. For starters, they produce a special type of antifreeze protein that prevents their cells from freezing solid. They also have a slow metabolism, which helps them conserve energy in the cold. What do they eat? Ice worms eat red algae, which grows on glacial snowpacks. It is also believed that they might forage on pollen grains blown onto the glacier and snowpack by the wind. They, in turn, may occasionally be preyed upon by birds like the snow bunting. So the next time you're in Alaska and you see a glacier, keep an eye out for these tiny but mighty creatures. Don't turn away now. The most terrifying place in Alaska is coming up and you don't want to miss it. New species of whale. You might think that humans have discovered every mammal on Earth by now. Not quite. Scientists have just released a report stating that they've discovered a new species of whale. A deceased 24-foot marine mammal washed up on a beach in Alaska in the island community of St. George. A high school science teacher noticed the half-buried deceased animal during a morning stroll and immediately reported the find to a local seal researcher. At first glance, the researcher thought that it appeared to be a Baird's-beaked whale, a giant bottlenose whale that can reach up to 40 feet and weigh 24,000 pounds. However, as the tide went out and the sand receded, it became clear that this was something else entirely. Scientists revealed that the skin was much darker than that of a Baird's-beaked whale, and the dorsal fin was too large and floppy. The whale was smaller than that of an average adult bird's, but its teeth were damaged and discolored with age, suggesting it was a much older animal. After 2 years of analyzing tissue samples, skull records, and DNA, scientists finally announced that this is indeed a new species. Alaska Triangle. Are you ready to unlock the mysteries of the Alaska Triangle? This is an area located in the northern reaches of the state that stretches from Juneau to Anchorage and up to the Arctic Circle. It's known for its rugged and remote terrain, and it's also the site of a staggering number of missing persons cases. Since the 1950s, an alarming number of individuals, approximately 20,000 people, have disappeared within the boundaries of the Alaska Triangle. The majority of these cases remain unsolved, and the reasons behind the disappearances are shrouded in mystery. Theories range from getting lost in the rugged and unforgiving terrain, to encountering some sort of paranormal activity, to even involving extraterrestrial beings or secret government experiments. Despite extensive search and rescue efforts, the fate of these individuals remains unknown, and the mystery of their disappearances continues to haunt the families of the missing and the communities affected by these tragic events. It's hard not to feel a sense of unease when thinking about the Alaska Triangle and all of the missing people. The sheer number of cases is truly staggering, and it's hard to shake the feeling that something sinister is at play. Many still believe that the truth behind the disappearances lies hidden within the vast wilderness of Alaska, waiting to be uncovered. Have you ever wondered what happened to all those missing people? Share your theories in the comments. But before you do, don't miss out on our other video, where scientists finally uncover the shocking secrets of Antarctica. Click on the video to continue the journey. Till next time.